The DinoPod.
Hello and welcome to another episode of DinoPod.
What's up?
Nothing much.
Yeah.
I'm quite tired today because...
I haven't done anything today. Well...
No, I mean last night I kind of stayed up late.
Doing what?
Booking Disney. Yeah.
Yay.
Disneyland. I'm excited.
Disneyland Paris.
Yes.
God damn it, Mitchell.
If my apologies if you're if you went and checked your phone.
It was Tim's. It was Tim's. It
was Tim's fault.
God damn it, Tim! Put your phone on silence, please.
I don't know. It might be one of 10 of these phones. We don't know this yet. He might have got bored of his new phones, so he wants to get another one.
Maybe now he has the iPhone 12.
Because working at Apple had its benefits, right?
Exactly.
Even though it wasn't Apple.
No. Some friends, the same thing. Anyway.
So, this week we are on the downward spiral of Toy Story movies. We've hit a pinnacle last week, which was Toy Story 2.
Well, some would argue that this is the best Toy Story movie. It was nominated for Best Picture.
I'll agree to disagree. So we're on a downward spiral of movies, basically. That doesn't get everyone excited now, does it? We're not selling the podcast.
No.
But I think most people tune into a podcast just so they can...
I don't think we're selling the movie, not the podcast.
Well, I think... Actually, if we're selling the podcast, because I don't think anyone tunes in to go, I like this. Let's listen to other people just liking it as well. They want to tune in and go, right, I hate it, and they're slamming it, and I fucking love this. This is great.
Toy Story 6, we hate it.
We don't hate it. I love it. It's my favourite animated movie series of all time.
It's okay. Did you cry at this one at the end? Like the rest of the world?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's fucking heartbreaking.
How is it heartbreaking?
Because it's the end of a chapter. It symbolises so much about how we grow up. Where I think the one thing we can say about Disney and Pixar is if you remain fans of Disney and Pixar, you kind of retain a bit of your childhood.
That's called nostalgia.
No, not even nostalgia. I like obviously nostalgia, but it's more to do with the fact that they will release movies that we still will watch, still have a childhood emotional state. These movies designed for the family, but I can watch this on my own as a 22-year-old and cry because I love it.
Because nostalgia.
But even forgetting nostalgia, it's still a good movie.
It's alright.
If you gave a kid that's never watched Toy Story 1, 2 and 3, it won't have as much of an impact, but I think...
Well, you have to make him... To have the same impact, you have to make him watch 1 and 2 and then wait 10 years until he's going to college or uni. And then show him 8. That's how you need... Otherwise...
Yeah, I think in 2010, when this... So, not 2010. So 2010 is when this was finalised. Well, near enough. That's when most of the animation was done.
When this came out? I thought it was 2008. No,
it was 2013 this came out.
Really?
Yeah.
13?
Yes.
I thought it was earlier than that.
No, so a lot of the production was done in was finalised in 2010, and then they continued on from doing other bits and pieces.
Now it makes sense that the dog is so old. I'm like, what?
Yeah, no, so this was 2013 that this came out. And the reason why it was so emotionally impactful for me is because at that time I just started college. Well, I didn't just start college, but
it depends. Okay.
I was starting
According to
college.
Anchor, we have a person listening in the US.
Yeah.
That's probably a lie, but college is different than the college that Andy mentions.
Yeah.
So his college is what we call university.
But
your college is like the 2 years before university.
Pretty much. So, no, but for me, it was like the year after. Like, I didn't watch this when it was in the cinema. I watched it afterwards because I was broke and I didn't want to go to cinema. And me and my mum used to do what they call Orange Wednesdays. So she had an unlimited Cineworld card.
Yeah.
And if you had...
she didn't get you one. Wow.
No. It's,
she didn't like you enough to go to the cinema with you.
No.
I understand her. So, I get it.
No, what happened was, back then, my mum used to be with Orange, as in the network provider for your phone.
Yeah.
And all they had was a thing called Orange Wednesdays. So every Wednesday, if you were an Orange customer, you used to be able to get a 2-for-1 ticket.
Oh, okay.
And because she had an unlimited card, it was free. It was always free.
Yeah.
So my mum always wanted me to go. But it was a thing called World of Warcraft. And so I end up just...
Going to the cinema is so much better than World of Warcraft.
Is it?
Yes.
You can sit at home and watch movies on your second screen whilst you're playing Warcraft. That's better.
No, it's different. Going to the cinema is different than streaming. The whole experience is different.
I didn't really watch this until months later.
I thought you were a Toy Story fan. You're fake.
Yeah, no.
You're fake. Fake news.
It was a tricky one because I've always loved Toy Story. But when I heard the third one was coming out, I just instantly presumed it was going to be shit because it... Do you know how, like, you have a massive gap in, like, a movie and they bring it back and it's just...
You know how everyone now thinks a movie is shit before they've even seen it?
Yeah, pretty much.
That was it.
So, no, but how many movies do they do, like, 1 and then 2 in semi-quick succession, or 1, 2 and 3, and then they bring a 4th one out years later and it's always shit? Think Jurassic World.
Terminator.
Jurassic World. 1, 2 and 3 were good, and then Jurassic World came out and it was a bit meh.
4 and 3, like everyone, nobody thinks 1, 2 and 3 were good. The standard is like 1 is good, then everything else is garbage. That's the consensus, according to the internet.
So 1 is phenomenal. 2 is...
Jurassic Park, yes.
2 and 3 were alright.
According to the internets and what I've done my research, they were bad.
But yeah, 2 and 3 were alright. And then World came out.
Jurassic
and everyone...
World is like, what?
Everyone just like, right, haven't watched it yet, but because...
I mean, the lady in it's very impressive. Running in heels is tough.
That's a fucking feat in
That's
itself.
That's superhero stuff right there.
So, yeah, like, how the fuck did she do that?
I mean, damn. Most people can't even walk in heels. I'm one of them. But let's run from a T-Rex.
Yes, because you never wear high heels.
Exactly.
Because
they're
you'll
uncomfortable.
Fall over, and they look horrible.
They're uncomfortable and like they're hard to walk in. Like running from a T-Rex in the high heels. That woman's a hero.
Like, how the fuck?
She's a superhero.
I don't get it. When you have high heels that are like 3 inches high,
yeah,
how the fuck are you stable enough to walk? I don't get it.
I imagine running.
And
it's amazing.
Like, okay, fair enough. If you've got like a boot with a big heel that's like 1 inch, that's fine.
No, it wasn't that. She had like...
But she had a thick fucking... Well, they're tiny little stick things.
Yeah. And they were high. Yeah, no, I mean...
How many outtakes did that take?
She should be the main character.
I want an outtakes video of just her falling over.
No, that was the first take.
It's like, take 302.
No.
Please do it this time.
Cancel Wonder Woman. I want the movie about her kicking ass in high heels. And she just stepped down
a drain plug.
Yeah.
Reset. I think at that time it was all CGI. She got her shoe she walked around with just green feet and it just CGI'd it in.
No, I hope not.
But yeah, so when this first came out, I was a bit hesitant and I was like, I had a feeling of, if this is shit, this is gonna ruin
my life,
my childhood, because I had the toys. I've still got a Buzz Lightyear that I had when I was back in from like 2002, 2003. So it's extremely old, and I love it. And I basically didn't want to watch it because I thought, if it was good, if it was going to be shit, I'd be like, right, this is really disappointing, and I didn't want to ruin my childhood. So when I then watched it, and then I realised it was actually really good, and then you get to the end,
and everyone cries. I'm like, die, Woody, die,
and I'm just in floods, and I was like, this is how you end a series. This is how you end a trilogy.
And then 4 came out.
Oh my god, 4.
I think a big reason why I don't like these movies is because I don't like Woody at all. I just don't like his character at all. He's so annoying to me.
So in Toy Story 4, you just love the fact it's like, yeah, take out his voice box, take the sheriff badge and fuck him off.
Kill him.
You're a savage.
I just don't like him. So should we start the movie?
Yeah. So
it starts on the classic.
No, so we're doing fun facts like we always do.
Oh, we're doing fun facts first.
But yeah, so just to round it up, so yeah, when this came out, I absolutely loved it, and it was kind of more emotional for me because at that time I was basically going to I was on my own way to go to fucking college, and I still had my toys and stuff. Because I'm still a kid.
Yeah. Did you have to put him in the attic? But then your mom took him to the garbage. And then they were taken to Sunnyside to a daycare where people don't care.
Do you know
about him?
I've actually got Buzz Lightyear up in my loft.
Okay. Moving on. Fun facts.
So, fun facts. Toy Story fun facts. If my phone was to go away. Right. My God.
Do you not know how to use your phone? God damn it.
I'm a fake Apple fan, actually.
You're a fake Apple fan. That's not even a real iPhone, is it? It's a fake phone.
Yeah, it's
an orange.
It's a my phone.
orange.
It's like The Simpsons, like, you've got a my phone and a my pod and Maple.
Yeah.
How the fuck did they get away
with it? It's an iBanana.
11. How the fuck did they get away with that? It's like, it's a MyPod Nano, wow.
It's still like publicity to like Apple.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But to be fair, do you think Apple really cares about publicity? Everyone's like, you fuckers are going to buy it no matter what we do, so yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, fun facts is a page of just random shit that I grabbed from the internet. I'm going to say random thing from the internet. As in,
I actually do research when I'm hosting the podcast.
Page 1 and page 4 of Google.
I actually put in effort. You just copy paste.
Have you met me? How lazy am I?
Very. Let's go. Fun facts.
If it was Tim, it would literally go to IMDb, copy everything, read it word for word, goodbye.
No, it'd be a fake website.
It'd be like, so Toy Story was set in Uganda, right?
Yeah.
With a cowboy called Scuddy.
Yeah.
And his friend Mud Lightyear.
Yeah.
He was brilliant.
Yeah.
It was set in 1962. It was brilliant. Had a guy called...
What?
I'm letting you... We're doing this. You're coming up with the name of
we're talking about Uganda?
Yep.
Like, I can't say a name without sounding racist.
I tried to trap you into doing it.
I don't know any Ugandan names.
I tried to trap you into it.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I can give you Wakandan. Wakanda. T'Challa.
Moving on.
It's the Black Panther.
We should really do an episode where all
Wakanda
it is
exists.
We should just do an episode where we come up with a story by just saying one word.
There could be episodes that we put on our Patreon when we make a Patreon. Pay £5 to hear us ramble.
It's like we start off with the, and then you say something.
Isn't that a book? Is it Mad Libs? No.
Madeleine McCann?
Yes.
That's a book.
Spoiler.
She's a book.
No, there's like books where you can like have blank spaces and then you write words and you read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck they're called.
Right,
so
anyway.
Fun facts that Mitchell just stole from the internet. So the editor from Toy Story 1, he also co-directed Toy Story 2, and he was the main editor of Toy Story 3. And he's one of only 4 people that worked on all 3 of the movies.
What about the 4th? Does he work in them?
I skip over the 4th.
Crazy.
The as a tradition,
yeah,
directors love to get like a little bit of a piece inside their own movies. So the director of Toy Story 3 had the line "new toys," because do you remember when they went to the sunny side and he had the Jack in the Box?
Yeah,
he voiced it deliberately.
Is this still John Lasseter?
Pardon? No. It's Lee Unkrich.
So the director, who's the director of this one? It's Lee.
Director Lee Unkrich.
Okay.
On January 15th, 2010, so a lot of the animation was completed. So the staff and crew, led by the director, did a marching band through the whole studios with drummers and...
It seems like a waste of money. Sorry, Disney / Pixar.
Do you think fucking Pixar is strapped for cash? They're like, oh, okay, you want a week just to sit and do nothing? Go ahead, you'll be fine.
Still, just a waste of money.
17 animators worked on Toy Story 3 that worked on Toy Story 2. And 3 of them worked on all the films.
Nice.
This was one of the most storyboarded movies of all time. 92,854 storyboards were drawn up during the production, and there was 302 unique characters.
This seems excessive.
It's fucking crazy.
It's a bit much. Like you could have done without half of this, probably. Maybe, I don't know. I
mean, they've got to auction off some stuff afterwards.
Exactly. To make the money for the marching band. Otherwise, how they're going to survive?
I'm going to let you read the next one. The pins
on the map in Andy's room represented the hometowns of the production staff. What are you doing? Oh, that's nice.
I'm just going to turn it off for a bit.
Yeah, that's fine.
So what was it saying?
So the pins on the map in Andy's room represent the hometown of the production staff, which is cool.
I like that. That's the one thing I can always say about Pixar. Is they know
also, it means it wasn't just Americans. They had like pins all over the world, which is cool. Not in Portugal.
Well,
but whatever.
This is one thing I like about Pixar. They're really vain, and they like to get their own like. I created this, so I'm putting my own shit in the movie. Okay, accept it.
Like, where's the Portugal pin? Pixar. Why didn't you have any Portuguese working on Toy Story? Pixar. You're missing a lot of good people.
I was gonna come up with some like slightly offensive, and I realised you're
Portugal.
So I'm sat here.
Say it. No. Say it.
So art coordinator Erin Magills. When she was in high school, she created her own like art pieces for like her submissions. So she took them and implemented it all on a lot of the posters in Andy's room.
Oh.
So instead of her going, right, I'm going to come up with something unique, because like, right, I remembered I did this, right, scan it in, done. I've done my job, it's fine.
I didn't pay attention to the posters. I just assumed it was all like bands and stuff.
Yeah, which some of them she created.
Also, he had like a bunch of skateboards just laying around. How many skateboards do you need? Jesus.
Did you notice the number plate on the car again?
Yes, A113.
So it was it was a former classroom of a lot of the originals of Pixar, like John Lasseter.
It appears in every movie. Not just Pixar, like it appeared in the Hunger Games,
Doctor
Who, Avengers. It appears everywhere. Like the whole of Hollywood went to this one classroom.
Andy's mum's license plate had a frame that said Tiger Pride, which is a reference to director Lee Unkrik's hometown of Chagrin Falls, Ohio, and his high school mascot, the Tiger.
No. Stop it with the American football. I hate it. Thanks, I hate it.
American football is fucking lit.
No.
I fucking love it.
No.
It's so much better than normal football.
Except it isn't.
I love it. It's
No. Normal football is the best.
Wrong.
It's the best. It's the best.
American football is so fucking good. It's so boring to see people just move a ball around a pitch for 90 minutes. So my head just going like this, like, this is boring, this is boring, this is boring.
No.
Whereas every time, every like 5 minutes, you're getting
so fun. A sport where the halftime show is more anticipated than the actual game.
But that's
quality.
The Super Bowl is an event. It's a sporting event and a normal event. It's a music event. And
having your national team win the Euro Cup against France in France with French buses already like celebrating their win.
But did you?
They're like, sucker. Do you think we're going to let you in, France? No.
So did you see the Super Bowl winners this year?
No, I haven't. Wait, you told me which ones was it. Wait, I remember. Wait, it was not the 49ers. It was the other team.
Yep.
Cowboys? No.
Nope.
Not Panthers. I can do this. I can't do this. Are they from Wisconsin?
No.
Dallas? Are they from Dallas?
No, that's the Dallas. No.
Yeah. Chiefs. The Chiefs.
Yep.
See, I know stuff.
Yep.
They won.
They went fucking insane for the win because they hadn't had a win for 50 years.
Neither had Portugal in the Euro Cup 2016, where our best player, the best player in the world, Cristiano Ronaldo, fight me on that,
I mean,
was injured in the first 25 minutes, had to leave, but then stayed on the bench, like coaching the rest of the team, and then our worst player scored the winning goal, which nobody was expecting. Nobody expected Eder to do anything. Let's be honest. And then we won against France France.
And that's the thing. I'm not.
It's the best. It's better than American football.
I'm not saying that winning doesn't feel amazing.
It's amazing.
But.
And we're going to win again, Euro 2010. Probably not.
No.
Probably not, unfortunately.
Yes,
we will. Stop it.
The big thing I was happy with this year is my team, the New England Patriots, didn't get to the Super Bowl.
Huh?
That's what I'm glad that they didn't get to the Super Bowl.
Why?
It's because every year they've been so consistent and boring that this year there was an upset and you had these two fresh teams who the Super Bowl world.
Yeah.
And it was wonderful to see and I loved it. And I don't know, it's just my preference. I fucking love it. So, the next thing was obviously the Pizza Planet truck had to make an appearance.
Yes, it did. Where was it? I don't remember.
So
I've seen it. I don't remember.
It also appears in Toy Story 3, providing a bumpy ride to some of the travelling toys.
Oh, that's right. It appears in every Pixar movie also.
Yeah.
And the Pixar ball, which was in the sandbox, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
The hardest thing to... Okay, as not knowing animation, what do you think is the hardest thing to animate in this entire movie?
Huh. I don't know. Maybe probably the plushie. What's his name? The bad guy. Lotso.
No, I mean, what scene is...
Oh, what scene? I don't know.
So, the most hardest scene to animate was the flaming compactor room.
Oh, yeah.
So, you've got all those individual pieces. Yeah. So, the producer, Darla Anderson, said the garbage bags were really difficult because of the way they stretch and they go around the characters and things, it's very difficult to a computer to understand it.
Yeah.
That was very difficult. And the ending scene, because there were so many thousands of individual pieces,
yeah,
they all have, without going too technical, they would all have their points of illumination, and so when you have a light source above it, it's very complicated to get the correct amount of sheen on every item.
Yeah.
So, the way that it worked, so you have so many different light sources, it was a fucking nightmare to do, apparently. And having done, like, I've done a cave scene in animation before, even with a couple of points of light in from diamond pieces.
Yeah.
To get that right in terms of how it manipulates is fucking incredible. So yeah, it's apparently they were even going to think about scrapping it because it was so hard.
Yeah. I'm glad they didn't. It's a nice scene. I didn't cry, I could care less. I was like, yes, would he die?
So,
but it's a nice one.
Toy Story 3 wasn't going to be made by Pixar originally.
I mean, they waited 13 years, so that makes sense.
Pixar wasn't going to get involved, but Disney owns another company called Circle 7 Animation.
Yeah. And
they were going to make the movie, but and their story, and they even did storyboards, was a recall to go out of all Buzz Lightyear toys. And essentially the Mrs. Davis was going to send Buzz back to the factory in Taiwan. And the whole film was...
That sounds kind of interesting.
And the whole film revolved around the toys going to Taiwan to try and rescue before he's destroyed.
It's a bit much, but like sounds kind of interesting.
It's kind of funny because they did take the whole idea of getting destroyed.
Yeah.
So
Taiwan.
That type of thing still was there. So we got half of it.
Kind of.
But instead of it getting sent to Taiwan, it got sent to a daycare.
Yeah.
That could have been quite interesting. I'm just going to read this word for word.
Right.
Just because it has to do with one of the best people of all time, Steve Jobs. As one of the founders of Pixar, Steve Jobs had a big hand in Pixar's early life. Was even a producer of the first Toy Story.
Was he? Yes. I didn't notice.
Yes. Pixar had a history of with things going wrong during production, including the time when Toy Story was almost completely deleted. When Pixar co-founder Edwin Catmull wrote his book Creativity Inc., he mentioned Steve Jobs called during the production of Toy Story 3 to see how the film was coming along. Catmull said that everything was going well without any major meltdowns. Jobs then said, "Be careful. That is a dangerous place to be," likely referring to the Toy Story 2 incident.
He's jinxing it. He's like, yeah, everything's great. 2 days later, the whole studio's on fire.
Yeah. It's a shame because Steve Jobs is a legend.
Sure.
And...
didn't he steal everything from like Steve Wozniak?
Yeah, no. Yeah. Steve Wozniak wanted...
according to the internets.
So Steve Wozniak wanted everything to be like modular, so you could have a computer repair it yourself, change and manipulate it to how you want. Whereas Steve's like, they don't want that. They just want it to look good. You don't have to repair it. Fuck it off and just...
How are we going to make money if they can repair it themselves instead of buying a new one?
But
Shut up, Steve.
But to be fair, Apple have kind of lost its way since Steve has gone. 100%.
Sure, if you say so. I don't really know.
Whilst I'm sat here on my MacBook looking at my iPhone
with your Apple Watch and AirPods.
Yeah, they've lost their way. Okay. Saying that. Toy Story 3 was a massive movie, right? Made a load of money.
Sure.
So, movie theatres were swarmed with people wanting to see it, which made Disney a shit ton of money. Toy Story became Disney's most profitable film, and by the end of its box became the highest grossing animated film ever.
Until Frozen came.
Yeah.
Frozen's the best.
No.
Let it go.
I'm not saying Frozen's bad.
Frozen's great. I love it.
It's just not Toy Story.
I love Frozen. Frozen 2 was snubbed.
So, talking about Frozen.
Frozen 2's animation was better than Toy Story 4.
Toy Story 4 hasn't beat its predecessor just yet, and it didn't end up beating it anyway. Frozen is currently the highest grossing animated film ever, unless you count live action animated Lion King.
I mean...
Which I don't.
I think.
Because it's different.
They tried to sell it as a... not animation, live... it's a live action, so it's not animation. And then when everyone's like, no, like, that's not happening. Like, this is not... It looks like a very good National Geographic documentary.
Doesn't
but it's
it?
not animation.
It's not, no.
And then when it wasn't, like, garnering as much as, praise, critical praise, like, this is an animated movie. Look, nominated for the Oscars, which didn't happen, thank God.
As a technical piece, if I was to hand this in as like my uni assignment, they would say they would give a note saying technically accurate. It looks really good.
It's boring as fuck.
The story is there, but it's boring.
Look, the thing about making lions look real is that lions cannot express emotion the way humans do.
And you can't...
Which is what they use for the animated 90s movie. Like, a lion is not going to have the face expressions that the animated one has. It's not possible. But it needs to be there to convey emotion. That's why when he's, like, crying over his dad's body, you can hear him cry. But, there's no emotion in his face because it's a lion.
And when you do, like... drawing like cell animation, or if you do like rotoscoping, or if you do something drawing wise, you can make the lions do whatever the fuck you want. You can make them cry if you want, but then if you have them super realistic, you're like, right.
And the lion was like bawling his eyes out.
Yeah, but we can all agree the original is always best.
Well, I wouldn't say the original is always best. That's a blank statement that should not be made. In this case, yes. In the live action...
What remake has been better than the
original? In the live
original?
action remake, Disney remakes, yes.
So what remake has been better than the original?
I don't know. I'd have to look at all the remakes ever made.
As a blank statement, would you say the majority of remakes are worse than the original?
The majority, yes. I'm sure there's a remake out there that's better than the original. I mean...
I think
Little Women has been made 15 times. I would say the one that came out last year, it's better than most of them. I haven't seen all of the other ones, but...
I would say the best Disney live-action remake has probably going to be Aladdin.
Probably, yes. I'm hoping Mulan would be good, because they're changing quite a bit, so I think that would be interesting.
They don't have Mushu.
But okay, fair.
And
but
so,
also,
and just on that basis, no.
No, what I'm saying is because they're changing so much, it'll be interesting to watch it. Because, I think one of the things that nobody likes about remakes, they're exactly the same, like The Lion King. It's exactly the same, except worse, because they take out some stuff that actually works.
It's gonna be...
And then they add stuff that doesn't work.
It's going to be trash.
But because they're exactly the same... It's just, if they, completely changed the story sometimes, I think it would be more interesting than just repeating the same thing over and over again. A new take on
they haven't got the...
on Cinderella or, Beauty and the Beast or whatever.
But they don't have one of the original fucking... one of the best characters. They've got rid of Mushu.
But Mushu wasn't that great.
I just think he looked cool. I liked him.
It looked like design was nice.
And imagine what they could do with computer animation.
The Lion King is not the original. The original is Kimba the White Lion.
Yeah, but
changing my mind.
Yeah, but no.
Kimba the White Lion.
No one cares about that.
How dare you? It's a lovely anime.
No one cares about
the
that.
Movies.
We only care when
it's huge in Japan. It's really what?
Yeah, but so is Body Pillows.
So?
And, yeah.
So?
They're creepy.
Are they?
Yes.
Yes, they are.
Actually, Body Pillows themselves, the original concept isn't bad.
The pillowcases for those body pillows.
is the problem.
The animated naked women's like, no, stop, please.
Basically,
would you do that?
when you give someone something cool, they'll take it and then go, right, how can I make this the most weeaboo, creepy, like kawaii desu shit?
Also, we're 35 minutes in. We haven't talked about the movie yet.
To be fair,
We barely talked about the movie.
By the end of this shit, our podcast is going to be 4 hours long, and only 10% of it is going to be the original
about
topic.
the topic, yeah.
But that's fine. How many podcasts do you listen to, and the majority of what they're speaking about is completely off topic? All of it. Thank you. So let's get to Toy Story 3.
The only fun fact that I wanted to know is not there.
Okay, which is?
Okay, so in this new American version, when they try to change the settings of Buzz back to the normal ones, he ends up in Spanish mode.
Right.
What about in Spanish-speaking countries where it's dubbed?
That's a good fucking question.
Right? Where is that host? I would have that answer if it was my turn to host.
Go on your phone and research it whilst I go through the synopsis.
This is
quality entertainment, don't you worry.
Okay. So let's start talking about the movie.
We are professionals at this. We haven't done about... How many episodes have we done now?
So this
20 odd?
is the 8th episode of the second season. We had 12, so 20. This is the 20th episode.
Yes.
Let's celebrate. We should do do you think we'll be here for 100 episodes?
Actually,
I hope so.
Did you say, was it 20 including the Patreon exclusive coming soon?
No, that's 21.
So we've done 21.
I'm going to ignore that one.
21.
Going to ignore that. Okay.
Right, so Toy Story 3.
Yes.
Actually, I want to go for a synopsis, but you're trying to find out the answer.
Yeah, I'm trying to. So in the Spanish-speaking countries, it's not Spanish mode; it's romantic mode. So I'm guessing he's like a normal Spanish person talking.
Yeah.
And then when they switch to romance mode, he becomes like the character of the Spanish person, I guess. Or like, cause that's like a soap opera.
But it doesn't.
Spanish person.
But it doesn't make any sense because.
I think that's it.
Do you remember where that other animation company wanted to recall them back to Taiwan? Surely the original soundtrack, the original voice should have been in Taiwanese. Why is it Spanish?
Yeah, I don't know.
It should just revert back to the original, which I presume is going to be...
Where it was made. I don't know.
Quality 37-minute entertainment, guys.
Gypsy Buzz is dubbed by a famous Spanish flamenco singer, Diego El Cigala. I would not call what Buzz speaks in an exaggerated Andalusian accent like on the top link. Ignore that part. It's a full-on Spanish gypsy accent. So it's still Spanish, just very
over the top.
Over the top.
Okay.
Which, by the way, I have some notes on Spanish Buzz when we get to him.
So, the start of the movie.
Train heist.
Is actually quite a cool scene.
It is. Except for one thing.
Which is?
Woody's useless. He doesn't do anything. He puts the brakes of the train on.
And
except it fails immediately. Buzz has to save the day. And then he doesn't do anything. Like, you're the sheriff.
He's like, right, how over the top caricature version of a cowboy can I be?
And then be useless at it.
And then a woman had to come along and basically be like, right, you're shit, so I'm gonna...
She saves him.
So if anything, Jessie is the OG.
She should be the sheriff.
I wouldn't be opposed to that, but you can't have a female sheriff.
Why not?
In, like, 1800s America, which is
Why
the
not?
cowboy
This
he's
was
based...
made in the 20s. There's also not a spaceman that flies in the 1820s.
Yeah, but That's because there's no such thing as space people.
What I'm hearing is Andy's sexist.
No. All I'm hearing is the original creators of the original Woody doll
made him useless. Okay. I hear that.
Actually,
he's useless.
You should be more of a feeling of they made the man in the important role who's completely fucking useless.
Why is he there? I don't like Woody.
I love Woody.
I don't like Woody.
He's kind of like me. He pretends to be important. Yeah, he's useless at fucking everything.
I accept that.
But it's fine.
It's fine.
Because
anyway.
Yeah. And then you had you had the fucking ham ship.
Yeah, that wasn't funny.
That's evil Lord Porkchop to you.
Yeah.
That was really... I liked it. It was a cute scene.
It was a cute scene. We could just, again, just Woody was just useless.
It was so ridiculous having Rex come out of the ground.
Yeah.
I loved it though. You could have... I think you probably even noticed that. This is completely over the top, ridiculous and amazing. And
I mean, it's the imagination of a kid. I just love that he Jesus, where's mine? His imagination makes Woody useless. Like, it's his favorite toy. He's a sheriff, and in his imagination, he's useless. He needs to be saved by other people.
So this must mean that because he's been raised by a strong, independent woman, he's made Jessie the ultimate person to save.
Woody, I guess.
Yeah. So
I mean, Jessie and Buzz. Buzz saves the train, which is full of orphans.
I think if we're honest, Jessie is probably the OG. She's like the rational one.
Yeah.
Who actually has a brain.
I guess.
And then Woody's the muscle.
Except he isn't.
Except he isn't. And Jessie...
Woody's just there. He's like decoration. Background decoration.
Yeah. I think the actual person who saved the day was Rex.
If you say so.
That's just because he's so awkward. Rex is just so awkward. He's so lovable. And... yeah, he's just good.
Anyway.
So the scene goes where there's a train robbery by...
train heist.
Yeah. Train robbery, train heist of money and stuff, and Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head have an eye patch because that makes them evil. Remember that.
Yeah.
All over controlled by evil Lord Porkchop.
Yeah.
Because that's cool. And the way that they escaped is via teleportation because they were defended by a Slinky.
Yep.
Who have a force field, and you have Rex, who eats force field dogs.
Okay.
I liked it. Stop! You're judging me just because I fucking like it. But yeah, we find that this is all to do with the essentially moving up to the piece where the monkeys are about to rip him in pieces, which I imagine Rita is probably like, fucking kill him. Yeah, I fucking hate.
Die Woody, die.
Die Woody, die. And then you're probably going, but just save Jessie.
No, she could die with him. I'm lying.
What about Rex?
Collateral damage.
What about Rex?
Could care less.
What about Bullseye? Bullseye just a horse. Is like, I need an owner.
You have Jessie.
So, you would kill the man and save the horse.
Yes.
I mean...
humans are stupid.
Yeah.
Poison Ivy knows what's up. Humans are useless.
To be fair, we pretty much are. We're
terrible.
We're going to get replaced by robots anyway.
We're terrible.
The BBC's already...
we destroy our world. We just fight with each other. We have, like, wars every other 5 minutes. We're just terrible.
And...
whoever invented us is stupid. Thank that God. I'm an atheist.
I swear on like episode 1, you was like the most politically correct person. It's like, don't say that, don't say an African woman with a bowl on her head. You can't say this. And now you're just like, fuck God. God doesn't exist.
You're a bunch of exist.
You're
Shall
shit.
we prove that God exists?
Yes. I just said that so we can keep the faith.
Let's not.
So yeah, getting back to it. So yeah, so we get back to the whole point of the first couple of minutes of the movie.
The first couple of minutes of this.
The first couple of minutes of this program contains
that.
flashing images that some people may find offensive. It's just building up to having a montage of Andy going throughout the years.
Yeah. With fucking Randy Newman singing like, stop it, shut up. He's horrible.
I don't... No.
Get somebody else.
No.
You should have had the Spanish one from the end of the movie singing it.
I'm going to reject your reality and substitute my own. Thank you.
Randy Newman sucks.
If anyone realised the reference of I reject your reality and substitute my own.
I'm guessing it's from Doctor Who.
It's not.
No?
Please put it in the comments. I'm just going to say Discovery Channel.
What comments?
Discovery
Please put it in the review that you're going to leave in iTunes. 5 stars, please.
You're never going to know where that reference is from, will you?
Probably not.
Have you ever seen a show called Mythbusters?
I have.
During the intro...
What's from there?
During the intro sequence, Adam Savage had basically an experiment goes wrong and it's big fire explosion. He loses his eyebrows, and afterwards he goes, "I reject your reality and I substitute my own."
Okay.
Why don't you put references into all of your comments that no one apart from you will understand?
Sure. Yes.
Fucking hell, we're 46 minutes in. Let's do this.
It's all your fault. You take 5 years to move on from one stupid Rex.
He's good though. Yeah. Right, so
let's move on.
Yeah, so we just
Randy Newman is stupid.
We go through a found footage, home video type.
It's found footage. You make it sound like a horror movie.
Says when a door just slams behind us.
We're being attacked.
We're being
by
attacked
aliens.
With eye
patches. Anyway, so we see Andy grow up.
Andy growing up and then
not playing with his toys. Shocker. Yeah. If only somebody had warned them about it.
And then so Andy is now grown up, 17 years old. He's going to college just in a few days. So
Slash for us uni at UK.
Moving on. Now you're distracting. We're trying to get through this. We have to be under 2 hours, otherwise it looks like we just rambled for 47 minutes.
That's what we did.
So yeah, he's grown. He's fully grown up. He's 17 years old. He's going to college. So he essentially just needs to start packing all his stuff away. But we have a scene where the toys start trying to get played with for the last time. Yeah. So they steal a phone.
Yes.
And call
Andy's
phone.
I don't know how in their mind would be that would ever work. Also, why does Andy have a flip phone? It's 2013. Yes, this came out. Why do you have a flip phone?
What phone did Samsung just release the other day?
Did it release a flip phone?
The Samsung Z Flip. It's a all-screen phone that's flip. Motorola just re-released a phone that they made 15
The Razr?
The Razr phone as an all-screen phone.
Oh, Jesus. Anyway.
I'm telling you, we are all glutton for punishment. We're like, right, we fucking... It's like, why the fuck do you want to listen to vinyl? They're stupid. 15 years later, it's just like, vinyl? Fucking vinyl? And now we're like, why do you want a flip phone? They're stupid. Just buy an iPhone. And now we're like, do you remember those flip phones? They were great.
Originality is dead.
You can't create anything original because no one wants to fucking buy it because they're all like...
nothing is original anymore.
Yeah,
still, shouldn't you have an iPhone 4, a Samsung S3, I don't know which ones were out.
She's a single mother, okay? She can't afford this shit.
Well,
it has to be realistic.
He has
Rita.
his own car somehow.
Yeah, but it could just be.
No, I refuse to believe it.
Could just be a second-hand $100 shit car
that falls apart.
Yeah.
Halfway through the trip.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. Anyway.
So
he has to...
yeah, so he calls up. He calls Anne in to try and get played with.
It does not work.
Doesn't
obviously,
work.
You dumbass.
Obviously, Rex is now held onto it with his little arms.
Yeah.
And just having a picture of having the shot of Andy picking up Rex with the phone, and then Rex is like, and he gets put back. He's like, I got played with. I got picked up. It was so cute.
Was it though?
You just don't like. You just hate the fact that my favourite character is Rex because he's really awkward and I love him.
Sure.
Sure. So yeah. So then afterwards, you see the Sarge, the toy soldiers jump the fuck out the window. They're just like, I'm done with this.
They jump ship.
They're just like,
no, we're out of here.
I understand what you mean, but
we have some dignity left.
It's like, yeah, we're going. Bye.
Look, you guys are delusional. We're living this.
So yeah, he jumps out the window, and Woody calls a staff meeting.
Yeah. It's like nobody cares, Woody. Like, you're not as important as you think you are.
And then he's just like, by the way,
moving on.
It's come to the end of the road. He's grown up. He don't care about us.
Yeah.
Feel sorry for us. But yeah, the meeting was cut short because Andy comes back in the room.
With his mom
Andy's mom is having like Andy's sister like clean her room as well.
Yeah.
So his mum was like, "Stop going on. I'm so relating to Andy right now. It's like, get the fuck off your computer and get ready.
Choose
what you want.
What you want to keep, when you want to turn away."
And then you're just like, "Yeah, I'll do it."
And then he chooses some toys to... Well, he chooses every toy except Woody to go in the attic. And instead of putting it in the attic, just leaves it in the middle of the hallway.
No,
an asshole.
No, he was being a really nice brother. Because he was going to give his little sister help taking it downstairs because she was struggling. So...
Still, put it on the attic. Throw it. Put it in the stairs at least. So that it doesn't close up.
Annie's mum trips over on the stairs and kills herself?
No, on the attic stairs. Because, like, the little thing. Because then it closes up, which is why his mom throws it in the garbage. If he just put it in the stairs, he wouldn't have closed it up. Just saying. The spot's stupid.
You're the same person who watches a movie and goes, "Come on, you can get out of that. Like, the murderer's after you. Just run, stupid."
Exactly.
Remind me never to watch a movie.
I don't like horror movies. Like, why are you going? Oh, this place is haunted. I know what I'll do. Go in the basement. With no escape plan.
Or it's like Halloween where she just sits in a cupboard and be like, "You'll never know that I'm here."
Exactly. Like, leave.
Just... All you do is you go on your phone.
Yeah.
You go on Uber.
Yes.
And you get the fuck out there.
Yeah. It's a horror movie. There's a serial killer on the loose. I'll go in this very unlit back alley. So,
yeah, they... Andy picks up, just grabs a... Obviously, the plot has to move along quick. So instead of starting out with, like, let's throw away the stuff I know I'm going to throw away, let's just grab only the toys. Put him
I want to go in the attic. Put him in the middle of the
Apart
hallway.
From Woody, who
goes in college.
Yep.
Goes to college. I mean, I don't know why. I guess.
Have you got any of the toys from when you were younger that you still got?
I don't think so. Really? Other than Legos, I don't think so.
I've still got an original TARDIS that I brought like 15 years ago. Well, my nan brought for me. I've still got a toy that when I was in hospital, like 2002, 2003, I've still got. It's a Sully. Still got a Buzz Lightyear. I've got a couple of Daleks from original. Yeah, I've still got loads of stuff from when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because I'm a hoarder.
I mean, I have my Nintendo DS and 3DS.
Yeah, but that's
PlayStation 2.
That's just because you can't throw those out.
And all of the games.
It's like, it says on the packet, don't throw it in the fucking bin. And Rita's like,
okay,
I won't.
I have my Rubik's Cube.
What, from when you were younger?
When I was like in 9th grade. Does that count?
No, it has to be when you're
younger than that? God damn it.
Like 10 or below.
10 or below, I don't know. I have VHSs, those count? No. No, I didn't have. Just Legos.
So yeah, only one he takes is Woody.
Yep.
But then puts the trash bag at the bottom of the attic stairs. Have you ever tried to pull one of those things down? They're fucking horrible.
No, because I don't have one of those.
Oh yeah, no, instead of having an attic where you put stuff, they just put you instead.
Exactly. The attic is my room. It used to be my brother's room, and then when he moved out, I moved in. So
essentially, you are the trash bag.
I am the trash bag.
You are trash.
Left at the end of the stairs and then thrown away. Story of my life.
Right, so if we've learned anything in this story, of this podcast, Rita's trash.
Yes. But I'm actually put in the attic. They don't just throw me away in the curb.
I mean, they tried to, but...
They tried to, but...
You're unrecyclable.
I wouldn't leave.
You're the one with the pair of scissors cutting yourself out of it.
Out of the trash bag,
I'm coming back, I'm coming out.
Yeah.
So yeah, Annie finally takes helps Molly take her downstairs. Her mum. Yeah, her and his mum.
Their mum.
Is completely void of all peripheral vision, so doesn't see a massive bag in on the floor, and deliberately kicks it.
Yeah.
And then
she was paying attention to something else. She thinks it's trash. She takes it down. She puts it in the curb.
And then
Woody sees it, and it's like, oh no, I have to go save them. And again, he's useless, so they save themselves.
Just because the plot had to move along, had to have the impending doom of garbage collection truck man thing.
Yeah.
Which
many people think it's Sid.
Well, we had the same T-shirt.
So there's only one T-shirt in the whole of America. That's called T-shirt. Only sold once. And the same size that fits a 10-year-old fits a 18-year-old. I don't know how old Sid is supposed to be.
It's a vintage now.
Still, it shouldn't fit him. Unless it's exactly the same size as he was in 10 years. He didn't grow at all. Probably because he was stuck in the psychiatric ward.
No, he's like every superhero. He has one outfit in 1,000 different sizes. So when he grows up, they all look the same.
No.
Where it's like, hi, I'm Spider-Man. I have this suit that I wear all the fucking time.
He made it.
It's like, do you wash it?
He made it and washes it every day.
I know multiple people have played the role. Does that mean you have it in extra small, medium, large, extra large? Just in case.
Also, Spider-Man has different suits all the time.
I know. But I mean, if having a look at so do you think Sid's family were like, this kid likes it, so I'm going to buy it in 5 different sizes so I never have to think about taking care of this child ever again with clothes?
Probably.
I won't put it past him.
But also, it's an hour in, and we've done the first 5 minutes of the movie.
It doesn't matter, it's fine.
It matters. I don't like Toy Story as much as you. Let's move along.
I listen to podcasts that are like 6 hours long and it's fine.
Yeah, but not about Toy Story, because Toy Story is meh. Anyway.
So the trash bags on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
On the driveway near the garage.
Yes. Also, impeccable timing of the mom. Amazing. She's
just very, very efficient, okay?
Yes.
When she wants something done,
she does it.
Done.
Yep.
So Sid comes along and takes the trash bag away.
Yep.
Because he's evil.
And because Woody's useless, he goes running after it.
With a pair of scissors.
A pair of scissors, which is...
very dangerous. Don't do that, kids. Don't run with scissors.
Yeah.
And don't climb down drain pipes with scissors. It's dangerous. It's bad for your health.
And then we see that they actually save themselves when they're recycling like little box.
So does that mean Woody's fucking useless again?
Yes, that's what I've been saying. Get rid of Woody.
So so they manage to escape. So Woody goes along with a pair of scissors, cuts open some garbage bags, and it weren't the right one. And then Woody's like, and they're gone.
Yep.
But luckily, they copy what they did in the second movie, and they all got under something.
Yeah.
And managed to
get away.
Get away, which is
Get
good.
in the car and in the box to Sunnyside.
Yep. And Woody tries to say, by the way, they weren't going to throw you away. They were just going to put you in permanent storage, so you can see darkness for the rest of your life.
They're like, you're lying.
It's like, they were lying.
You're going to trust me. I'm like, no, I'm not lying. Have I ever lied to you? And they're like, yes. That didn't happen, but it's what they were thinking.
Well, technically, he hasn't lied.
Yes, he has.
By saying...
The first movie. He lies to them about being friends with Buzz. It was just Buzz broken arm.
I mean, they didn't hate each other. It's just Buzz was depressed.
Yeah, but he still lied to all of the other ones. Anyway. They go to Sunnyside.
So Woody tries to explain what happened, and then Woody was going to go like, right, why is there a guy on top of that building?
What? Where?
To your furthest left.
Oh, it's construction.
Yeah, but
maybe he's trying to kill himself. I don't know.
Podcast goes viral after documenting guy's suicide. DinoPod.
That would be terrible.
See the CCTV footage on Patreon.
Yeah.
That'd be brilliant. Would also put us in jail, but it'd be fine.
Yeah.
Anyway. Do you know what else is like jail? Going to Sunnyside if you're
which is not
Woody.
True. Which, by the way, one of the notes is like, isn't the plot kind of the same? And it isn't. But I realized why it feels like it's the same sometimes. Because half of Woody's dialogue is, we have to go back to Andy. In all of the movies. It's like, we have to go back to Andy. I have to go back to Andy. We have to go back to Andy. It's just so repetitive.
Anyway.
Like, it is. Like, come on.
Moving on. We're an hour and 2 minutes in. We're not analysing
Saying that the plot is the same always would be a fallacy. But it has the same dialogue every time, and it gets repetitive.
So Woody gets into the car and just kind of said, by the way, they didn't throw you out. It's fine. Come back.
Nobody believes him.
No one believed him. And then his mum, Andy's mum, just jumps in the car.
Takes him to Sunnyside.
Then you get to see
kids playing with toys.
No, they get put on on the table.
Yeah.
And you have your first
introduction to Bonnie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's important to establish characters. So
is it?
Yeah, it's fine. They get introduced to Sunnyside, and then Lotso is the super friendly, huggable, lovable thing.
Strawberry smelling bear.
Yeah. Do you know Disney, in the Disney store, you can buy Lotso, and it actually smells of strawberries.
Yes, I know.
It's fucking wicked, and I like it. And Disney probably make the best merchandise of all time.
Possibly. Probably.
They do.
Maybe.
And they charge a ridiculous amount for everything.
Well, yes.
It's like, do you want a t-shirt that anywhere else would be £2.50 on Primark?
But here is £50.
But guess what? It has a Pizza Planet logo in the top left. It's £35, please.
Yep.
Oh, we don't have it in your size. Tough luck, mate.
Yeah, next time.
Anyway,
they get.
But my favourite hoodie is my Pizza Planet hoodie, though.
I don't care.
It's fucking.
We're introduced to Bonnie.
She's
playing with the monkey, which is like the creepiest monkey of all fucking time.
Yeah.
Who would play with that?
So yeah, we're introduced to Lotso and the group, and they get moved over. So they basically see that, oh look, they get played with really nicely, and it's great.
You guys should go to the other room where they need more toys. He's like, yes. And they're moved to the, is it Caterpillar?
So yeah, so they all get moved over to the Caterpillar room, and the Ken doll and the Barbie doll fall in love
immediately.
Which is fine.
She stays behind.
So then it goes back to the Caterpillar room, and Woody's like, right.
Which, by the way, so the Caterpillar room is like the toddler, like 2-year-old room, right?
Yeah.
Where's the people like watching over the kids? Because you can see half of the kids are playing with like choking hazards and like putting things in their mouth that they're probably going to swallow, choke on it, and die. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, no, where's the supervisor? Like, can't you see that half of these toys are not age appropriate? Come on.
Moving on. I'm not disagreeing with you.
It's just weird. Like,
it's just,
there's nobody supervising the kid that has like 1,000 tiny toys in his mouth. Like, that kid is dead. By the end of the movie, that kid died.
Like Rex's tail literally can
poke an eye out.
And it's detachable.
Yeah.
And then you've got like Mr. Potato Head, which all the parts are removable.
Yeah, and like a kid puts in the mouth. Like, that kid died. So that kid died choking on,
like, Toy Story 4 should have been
Mr. Potato's eye.
No, it should be the intro to it is like, Bonnie, Bonnie can't go to the daycare anymore because it was shut down due to health and safety risks.
Yeah.
And so she gets all of the toys and she chokes and dies in the end of Toy Story 4 because that would have been a better ending.
Yeah. He was going to give the Toy Sunnyside back, but then he got there and it was closed because 15 kids died. And another 15 lost an eye. So he had, well, I guess I've given them all to Bonnie.
But yeah, we get, so they get put in the caterpillar room, and after recess, why did they fucking call it recess? They're on break time. They get the first playtime, and Rex gets KO'd by a door,
and they
which
get
was
tortured.
really funny.
And then they get tortured by toddlers. Fun.
If you were watching this as a kid, you'd be fucking petrified.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't ever remember licking toys. Mom, correct me on this.
No, you just cut their fucking hair off instead.
That's true, yes.
So if anything, you're probably
worse. I'm Sid. I still have a shirt from when I was 10 that fits me, that's all I.
And you only wear black.
I only wear black. Anyway.
And you have headphones.
I have headphones, yes.
So now you are Sid.
I do not work as a trash collector, though. Yet.
We instead of taking trash away, we just make it instead, called DinoPod.
Yeah, exactly.
It's beautiful.
Anyway, so the toys get tortured.
Toys get tortured.
And then at the end of the day, they're like, this is no good. We should go speak with the very respectable bear, which I'm sure will be understandable.
And so
And
Buzz
changes.
So Buzz manages to get through a window opening.
Yep.
And essentially escapes and goes through some ventilation shafts and stuff to see.
Lotso.
This is a great introduction for kids of how to do gambling. It's great.
Yeah, gambling is fun. You should try it, kids.
And what you should also do is if someone finds you doing something you shouldn't do, you should just tie him up and then just shine a light in their face. It's fine.
It's a dictatorship.
Yeah.
He's a dictator, Lotso. And then you torture people that trying to like change the
He's fine.
The ways of life.
They were gambling. Then Ken's like, right, you caught me. You're getting tied up, mate. Yep. Then Lotso, being the manipulative arsehole that he is like, just let him go. It's fine. It's like, yeah, we can. What you can do is you've shown that you can escape easily, basically.
Yeah.
So we'll just leave you here with us. That's fine. So at least we know where you are. And then Buzz is like, can my friends join? And he's like, no.
How dare you ask me that?
And so Lotso then holds him against his will.
Yep.
Unscrews his back panel and puts him in demo mode.
Yeah. Why would he even have demo mode like in the back of the toy? I don't get it.
It's because you can have a cutout on the front so they can press the button.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah.
And he basically reverts to the same deluded Space Ranger that they saw in the very first one.
Yeah.
And then they return Demo Buzz into the Caterpillar room, and then they all get placed in like storage like cages, and it's just basically Lotso saying, "This is how it works. You either like it or you fuck off."
True.
But you can't actually leave.
Meanwhile, what's his name? Woody escaped.
Yep.
And is found by Bonnie
in
the grass. And she takes him, which I would never just get a toy off the ground. F standards, excuse me.
Yeah, but we also have Toy Story 4 where you take sticks out of the trash and then just begin to love it.
What? Did that happen? I don't remember that.
Forky's from the trash.
That's right. Forky's trash.
And
it's not a stick, it's a fork. It's a spork.
Well, I mean, he's a spork with, like, stick arms and...
Yeah, it's a creation. Okay. Anyway, so Bonnie takes Woody home.
You know for a fact Forky was only made because it's cheap to make toys out of.
Probably.
It's just like, right, Woody is
Isn't
really...
Isn't that why Toy Story 4 was made in the first place?
They're like, Woody's really difficult to make because he's really intricate, and
also he's an asshole. Most people probably don't like him.
And Jesse's also really intricate to make. Slinky gets broken all the time. Let's just make something out of actual trash.
Yeah.
Then we can... This is how stupid we all are. We'll go out and buy literal trash because it's made by Disney.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, where were
I blame you for that.
Why me?
Because you buy loads of Disney stuff?
I don't.
You buy more than me?
I don't.
You went out and bought the Disney fucking collection.
Yes. Because all the classic movies. And a few more. Anyway, where were we? Oh, yeah. So, Bonnie takes Woody home.
I'm just trying to make myself feel better, knowing that I've got 2 whole cabinets just dedicated to Woody and... And
Woody's introduced to Bonnie's toys.
Yeah.
Which then tell him that Sunnyside is not actually as great as it sounds. It sounds good, but it's actually the dictatorship. And the Lotso is a piece of shit.
Yep.
And then we get the backstory of Lotso.
And then...
Which is very sad, but not really.
Not really. But once the household is asleep, essentially Bonnie's toys... get Woody to try and access a computer to find out how to get back to
Yeah.
Sunnyside.
One thing about lots of, like, backstory. Why would the parents just leave a bunch of toys behind? It makes no sense. It's not like the kid, like, accidentally, like, lost the toy. It's just, they seem to, like, he fell asleep. And while picking up the kid to put him in the car, he just left the toys, which sounds stupid. Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Distracted parents, distracted people.
Maybe.
You do a lot of things.
I guess.
mean, why would if you saw trash on the floor that you didn't put there, and you're like, right, this doesn't feel like garbage.
Well, it was heavy. It was in the garbage bag. It's garbage.
I mean,
anyway.
While Sarah's asleep, Bonnie's toys help Woody like access a computer, and relieved to find that Andy's house is just around the corner, which is great because convenient storyline. And he just basically says, "Thank you for helping me, so I can."
Thank you for being a friend.
Yeah, so, however, essentially they, it's really strange how this scene like plays out. I don't like it. He then basically thanks the toys and it says, by the way, I'm going, goodbye. But then he causes, however, the name causes like the toys to look in fear and explains like Lotso is responsible for like one of the names, of the toys, Chuckles.
Yeah.
And begin to tell the story. I won't go through the story.
Because it's stupid, makes no sense.
Correct. And essentially...
So, Woody, like, decides, I'm going to save my friends from death by a toddler.
Pretty much. I'm trying to find out where I am. Once the toddlers have gone from recess, Woody basically joins his friends. I'm trying to scoot ahead a bit more through like interesting scenes. He basically says, Buzz is strange.
Buzz is acting strange again.
It's like...
And they're like, he's been tortured.
Yeah.
Nobody comes back the same from war. Anyway.
Later in the Woody tries to set like a plan in motion, and later that evening the groups like spring into action and like Miss Potato Head creates like a scene.
Yep.
To get the box again. And get outside and report for the group. Barbie pleads with Ken and that she can't take being like imprisoned.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. By the way, the clothes montage between Ken and Barbie.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yes.
I loved it. I actually really liked it. They should have done it more.
Even though...
Also, Barbie is badass in this movie.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
I don't like Barbie and I don't like Ken.
Barbie was badass.
I like them as characters, but I don't like them as toys.
Fair. But like, she gets shit done. It's amazing.
I like it.
Also, Mr. Tortilla. It's like a monstrosity. Like, what the fuck was it? Like, Jesus Christ. Never. Do not show me that ever again. Anyway.
He creates a scene and then Ken also doesn't like to be imprisoned, and Ken lets her out. He takes her to the back of the dream house where Barbie subdues him and using one of his outfits as a disguise infiltrates the daycare centre's library to find out the instruction manual for Buzz.
Yeah, I'm telling you, she gets shit done.
Yep, I think we've realised something this entire movie.
Barbie's the best character in this movie. Yes.
Nope.
Damn it.
That pretty much all the male characters are dumb as fuck and it is left to the women to actually deal with it. Guess what? Yeah. That's life.
Yeah. Also, Barbie's not the best character. Spanish Buzz.
Is the best character.
Anyway, so she gets the manual and she takes it back to everyone else, so they can change Buzz back.
Yep.
And they try it. Does not working. So they put Rex's finger on his butthole. Right? That's what it is. For more than 5 seconds, which is apparently too long. And he becomes Spanish Buzz.
He becomes stereotypical Spanish romantic Buzz.
Look, it's amazing. It's like a character straight from a telenovela. And like the most over-the-top telenovela of all fucking time. And it's hilarious. I love Spanish Buzz. He should have said Spanish Buzz.
Do you know what it is? It's like, right, Americans, try and make someone as Spanish as you can. Got it.
Spanish Buzz is amazing.
He is actually really good. And then they trap him underneath so they trapped him underneath a plastic tub. They set about trying to put him back to normal, but then put him into Spanish mode.
Amazing.
And the group's like, we'll fix him later.
They should.
Let's move the plot along.
There's nothing to fix about Spanish Buzz.
Apart from his overly dramatic, weird.
It's amazing.
And yeah, so the whole group tries to escape and worry about him later. They set out for the garbage chute.
Yep.
Which is something in the UK we don't have anywhere. No one has a garbage chute.
No. Also, they have a garbage chute outside?
Yes. Like,
what's even the point of...
No, it go from the inside out. Because
but they have to cross the playground to get to it. So it's outside.
No, the garbage chute comes from the inside out to a garbage bin.
It's just stupid. It makes no sense. There's no point.
The only time that they do is like on construction sites.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But then that makes sense.
Anyway.
To be fair, I'd want one in the UK. I want one in my house, so I don't have to keep dealing with my brother's recycling.
Sure.
It's a very personal problem, but he doesn't bother with recycling and just leaves it on the floor to me to deal with because he can't bother to read a label. It's like, this is paper.
Terrible.
This is plastic.
Terrible.
Put it in the right fucking bin. He's like, it says unrecyclable. That'll go in a recycling bin. It'll be fine. Like, they ain't gonna touch it. Guess who has to sort it out? Me. Okay. Sorry, that's a very personal rant.
That's a weird tangent.
It's a weird tangent, but remember, please fucking recycle.
So they get to the garbage chute.
And when you read the fucking thing, if it says,
okay,
this bottle is recyclable, but the lid isn't.
Moving on.
How about you take the lid off, and then it'll get recycled? Wow.
They get the garbage chute. They
because
try to
global warming is a problem, isn't that right, Rita? We're going to be covering that next month.
Yeah.
Now that is how you do a segue.
No. They try to cross to the top of what? It's not garbage can.
No, you missed a bit.
Did I?
They're in the garbage chute.
Yeah.
They get in that bin.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lotso essentially offers them a choice.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get to. They get the garbage chute, and then they try to cross the bin. But then Lotso appears.
Wild Lotso appears.
To try and stop him?
No.
I was like tuning out.
No, that's a Pokemon reference. A wild Lotso appears. You're not quick enough with these references.
Sorry.
And then essentially offers them a choice. Stay in here or return to the daycare. Basically, you do what I say or you die.
Yeah, again, dictatorship.
Dictator Lotso.
Dictator Lotso.
And even Ken turns against Lotso.
Yeah.
Because he's like, this is wrong.
Yeah.
Or he's just like, what? I like Barbie, so...
Barbie's hot.
Barbie's hot, so whatever she says, I'll do it because I'm a man. And I just am an absolute cuck. It's fine.
What? No, he's just a flamboyant straight man who's very confident in his sexuality.
He's a complete embodiment of camp guy.
Yes.
I have anyway, before we go down like
another weird tangent.
And the eagerness of the group and Woody to return to like Andy, like essentially it declares that they don't. Essentially says they don't love you. Doesn't exist.
Yeah, love doesn't exist.
And Woody like mentions Daisy and produces like the tag that Chuckles kept.
Yep.
The big baby sees the tag and Lotso declares that she didn't love him and replaces them. That's quite deep. It was quite a deep scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you see like this movie for me is kind of like a good intro.
Yeah.
Padding, about to die. Good ending.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I was tuning out half of the movie.
Yeah, this isn't the strongest of the movies. I think they introduced too many characters, and it was kind of
maybe I don't know. It's just I didn't care.
So yeah,
Woody makes it hard to when you don't like the main character, it makes it hard to care about the movie.
It's almost like Doctor Who.
Almost.
Where
were we?
And
how do they get to the? So wait, Woody falls inside the trash, right? No. Yes, I
they
can't
go in
remember.
the garbage chute because they want to escape.
Yes.
And so
where are we?
So if I go through it.
Wait, how do they get to the garbage, to the plant incinerating?
Okay, I'm getting there.
We're not there yet, Jesus.
I'm getting there. I'm going to explain it very simply then. Woody comes back. Woody tells...
life, like Jesus. Sorry.
Woody comes back to Sunnyside.
Yeah, we've gone through that.
Gets in the garbage chute.
Yes.
With the rest of the crew.
Yes.
Lotso turns up and says, basically, come inside or you're going to stay here and die.
They say no.
They say no. And the other toys essentially just make them trapped.
Yep.
And then they basically stay there and more trash gets put on top of them.
Yep.
It gets taken away.
By a garbage truck. It's all coming back to me now.
Yep. And so then they will get... We're jumping ahead just because there's so much padding that it doesn't actually make sense.
Yeah, I mean, let's get to the end. It's not...
And so actually, as they go through, they get to Tri-County Landfill. And you see the garbage truck just kind of tip them out.
Yeah, dumping everything.
And a TV set falls on Buzz's face, which was quite funny.
Yeah. And then tragedy happens.
And then before the toys can rejoice, another truck arrives, and they're shocked that when the bulldozer scoops up 3 Pizza Planet aliens carrying them away. The remaining toys shoveled by another machine onto a moving conveyor headed towards a large shredding machine. The toys avoided being shredded by grabbing metal objects and are magnetized to an overhead track. It was actually quite a cool scene.
It was okay.
It was clever.
I mean, Spanish Buzz was no more, but whatever. So
Woody and Buzz even managed to save Lotso, who thanks them. And then they make it through and find themselves onto another fucking conveyor.
So many conveyors.
It's almost like Toy Story 2, where they went through multiple conveyors, where you said it doesn't make sense.
What's the thing with conveyors? They're not interesting. Stop Toy Story. Anyway.
Yeah. So they move on to another conveyor and they think, oh shit, look, I can see daylight. This is brilliant. We're saved.
It's a light at the end of the tunnel.
It's a light at the end of the tunnel. Oh shit, we're gonna die.
Yep. I was like, yes, thank you, finally.
Until Lotso notices a big stop the plot button.
Yep.
And however, all the toys basically say, please just press the fucking button, please. And he's like, yep, yeet, I'm gone.
Yeah.
And he fucks off.
He yeets himself
He
out
yeets
of the
himself out
out
there.
of conveyor belt. And why did the others yeet themselves?
Plot.
Exactly.
So the toys are unable to keep running and they tumble it into the pit.
Yep.
And they try to climb out, but they're just like, all right, and we're done.
This is it. This is the end.
Yep.
It was nice knowing you all.
And a blue light appears overhead and a giant claw falls down and scoops the group up as they wonder who rescued them. Before we get ahead, seeing all of the characters, like, all knowing that they're going to die was really, like, I was really sad.
I was like, ugh. Whatever. Woody's not going to die. Why? Spanish bus is gone. Woody's not going to die. What's even the point of living anymore?
Yeah, but Rex was really sad.
Whatever, they hold hands.
Yeah. They sing Kumbaya.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then a blue light appears, and then comes and saves them. And it was 3 Pizza Planet aliens.
The aliens.
If we're honest, the OGs, the saviors of the entire plotline, always come down to the fucking aliens. The aliens saves the day. Woody and Buzz are useless.
Completely useless.
It's the aliens that save them.
Yeah.
And then picks them all up. And once the group gets out, they thank the saviors and wonder where basically Lotso was gone. Lotso was found by another garbage man at the dump. Remember that had a Lotso hugging bear as a kid. He ties Lotso to the front of the dump truck.
Yep. Just a weird thing to do, but okay.
To be fair, how many people, how many, like, do you often notice that people tie, like, toys and stuff to their cars?
No. Do people do that?
Yeah. Like, no, this is a genuine thing.
I've never noticed.
Truck drivers will tend to put toys and stuff on the front of it.
I thought it was like at the desk, not desktop.
The inside on the, they do, but people also, like, at the very back of their car, they'll also put like a little toy or something, so when they go around the corner it looks like they're swinging, and then they get destroyed really quickly.
I mean, that's okay.
Do you know the best thing I've done? I've grabbed a Buzz toy and a Woody toy and recreated the scene where Buzz pulls up Woody at the back of my car, and it looks so cute.
It sure does.
But to be fair, I don't drive along with it. I took it with a fucking photo and then took him off. I didn't tie him. I didn't zip tie him.
I think you should have zip tied it and then rode around till they're destroyed. That would have been fun. So
yeah, he gets zip tied to the front and is absolutely petrified. I'm like, good. Yeah. No one likes you.
Exactly. So
it's not so lots of hugging. It's lots of bees in my face. I'm gonna die in. It's great.
I don't have bees. It's like mosquitoes.
Well, this is America. Alligators.
Yeah.
It's fuck Sharknado. We've got Crocnado.
Yep.
Why didn't that be a thing? Can we make it? Can we get Tim to edit it?
Was it Crawl was like a movie that came out last year.
Can we get Tim to edit it?
No.
And then
the toys go back to Andy.
So Andy's toys find the dump truck that services Andy's neighborhood and gets back before Andy leaves college. Just obviously
/ uni.
And then they obviously clean themselves up, and then they sneak back into house, and then finding Andy's room completely gutted down to like minimalist levels, and they got one marked college and one marked attic. Woody's friends piled himself into the attic and then say goodbye, and then Andy's mum approaches. Woody hops into the college box. As they enter Andy's room, his mum is hit with the sad reality that her son's going. Emotional scene.
Could care less.
Woody realises, and then hearing this, Woody realises that Andy can still care for him and the other toys. An example of like essentially all the motifs of emotional scene play out. It's great.
Sure.
And then while Andy is distracted by his sisters Molly and the dog Buster, Woody grabs a post-it note and marker and writes down Bonnie's street address.
Yep.
He takes the post-it note with him and then he hops into the attic box. Andy then returns to the room and sees the note.
Doesn't question it. Like, yep. Some weird person just put it post-it note.
I've never seen this fucking handwriting before.
Yeah.
It's
It's a random note and he follows it. Could be a serial killer trying to lure him. To try to kill him. It's like, yeah, I'll do this. Why not?
And then Andy returns to the room and sees the note. And just thinking it was his mum that wrote the note. Or
I guess.
And he he drives it over to the address, which was Bonnie's address.
Yeah.
And sees her in the front playing with the toys that obviously Woody was with not so long ago.
Yeah, which one of them is my neighbor Totoro?
He gets the car out of the box and sees Bonnie. As Bonnie sees him approach, she like stops her game.
Stranger danger. She's a smart kid.
No, it's not a stranger because she knows who Andy is.
I don't think she does. The mom knows who Andy is.
Yeah.
I don't think Bonnie knows. So stranger danger.
No,
she's a smart kid.
Let's just presume that they've invited each other around over the years, and she just knows him, and it's fine. It's not creepy at all. It's not a Madeleine McCann issue, which we're going to be covering on next month on our documentary. Now that's a segue.
Is it though?
Yeah, next month we're doing documentary month, so we'll be covering Madeleine McCann.
Not only Madeleine McCann, but
and global warming.
A BBC
and flat earthers.
A BBC documentary about Madeleine McCann.
Yep.
Not the Netflix one.
And if you've noticed, all three of those were your suggestions. Were all you just want to see people suffer. And then, I'm just like, can we do this one about superfans? Because it's really lovely and heartwarming. And you're like, no.
I would have chosen another one.
But that's coming next month.
Probably about murder. Anyway.
Well, last series you covered fucking murderers. I didn't.
What?
You did the story of Charles Manson.
So technically he didn't kill anyone. Hashtag release Charles Manson. He's dead.
Hashtag was it Charles's fault?
Yeah.
Please don't.
True crime is interesting.
Please don't clip me saying hashtag wasn't Charles's fault, because it was his fucking fault. It was a complete lunatic.
Hashtag not guilty.
And so Andy approaches, and then Bonnie sees, stops playing with the toys and calls for her mum. And then Bonnie's mum just sees Andy and is like, "Hey, it's Andy." And Andy's like, "Right, I'm going to college, so take my trash. Take my trash."
Yeah, here's some trash for you.
And
they probably smell a bit bad, but not my problem.
And Andy introduces all these toys to Bonnie a little and just tells him about the backstory.
A bit too long. Just a tad too long.
And then until it just introduces them all of him, and then each toy is revealed. Bonnie gets like more and more brave until after Buzz, she peeks into the box and sees Woody. Andy has no knowledge of how Woody got in there, because obviously as far as he's concerned, he was in the college box.
And then she goes to grab him and he pulls it back, which is like
and then Bonnie says,
childish.
"My cowboy doll." And
weird.
That's so sad, because it's the reaction that Andy's like, "This is my toy. This is my...
It's mine, you bitch."
And then he has one of the quotes where it's like, "I got a snake in my boot." It's such a beautiful scene.
Sure.
And Andy sees like how much Bonnie loves Woody. And why wouldn't you? Woody's lovely.
He's an asshole.
And then
useless asshole too.
And then Andy
which is the worst type of asshole.
So Andy sees Andy sees how much Bonnie just wants Woody.
Yeah, she's happy.
And then
or whatever.
But Andy explains how important Woody has been to him.
A bit creepy.
And how brave he is. And so, however, he explains that to Bonnie that she can have him as long as she takes good care of him.
Okay, take a chill pill, Andy.
And then she quietly nods and says, "Yeah, that's fine." And then
I don't understand what you're saying, but sure.
Then Andy begins to play with her with the toys and stuff, and it's such a cute scene. I don't care what you say. I refuse if you say no, it's not.
It is a bit cute.
It's a beautiful scene.
It's a good ending.
And Andy's, you see, the toys are so happy to just be played with. It's as Toy Story is like our generation, and I grew up with it, and I love it.
Sure.
I really wish this was the end. I really hated the fact that the Toy Story...
After watching this again, it's so obvious that this was supposed to be the end, and that Toy Story 4 was just a cash grab. Because, it's so unnecessary. There's, it doesn't hint at all at, a sequel. It was clearly meant to be the end, written to be the end. It's just... It makes no sense. Toy Story 4, makes no sense. There's no point to it at all.
Yeah.
It's unnecessary. Completely unnecessary.
It's completely unnecessary. So, you see... Yeah, Andy's... You see all the toys so happy about getting played with. It's beautiful. Yeah. Andy then just gets in his car and just...
leaves.
Bonnie gathers out all the toys and the new ones as she holds... Woody and Buzz in her little arms. She makes Woody wave goodbye. Yep. This causes Andy to give a sad but calming smile and just says, "Thanks, guys." After Andy leaves, Bonnie's mum takes her inside for lunch, leaving her toys on the porch. Watching Andy's car fade into the distance, you see the bit that I cry at every time, where it's Woody saying, "Just so long." It's wonderful.
It's a good ending. I'll admit it. It's a good ending.
And you just see that all the toys, all the originals there.
Yep.
And it's the end.
Yeah. And then you have a friend me in Spanish.
So after some time afterwards, the toys find a note in Bonnie's backpack from Ken.
That's right.
In the time since Lotso has been gone, Ken and Barbie have worked together to abolish the unfair system that ran at Sunnyside, and the toys have had an equal opportunity to make a move between Caterpillar and Butterfly rooms. The toys at Sunnyside now enjoy their time there, and soon after, Sarge and the two paratroopers arrive with Ken and Barbie welcoming them. So they all live happily ever after. It's almost like it's an actual Disney type story, and it's beautiful. It's lovely.
Yep.
And if they never made Toy Story 4, it would only benefit. So Toy Story 3.
And then we end with You Got a Friend of Me in Spanish, which is way better than the Randy Newman version.
So
hashtag the truth.
Toy Story 3. Good end, good beginning. Good build up. Shit middle, beautiful end.
It's alright. I mean, I have I don't have any nostalgia for the other ones, which I'm sure helps it a lot. It's an alright movie. It's an alright movie. I would give it 7 out of 10.
So if I was... I'm not going to give this a rating out of 10.
Why?
Because I can't. I'm too biased. I can't give a genuine... I'd give it a 10 out of 10. Even though I know it doesn't deserve it.
Yeah.
I'm just too nostalgic about it, and I'm too emotionally invested that I cannot give an actual review.
Yeah, I mean, I still think
all three movies to me, just purely based on nostalgia, is 10 out of 10. I don't care. So I refuse to... The actual awards, the actual out of 10 review I've given them, they are not genuine. They are not genuine. I cannot give them. Toy Story 4 is going to be the only one that I'll give a genuine review of.
Sure, which is Toy Story 4 is next week.
Yep. So I love...
Last week of February.
Yes. And then March we start our documentary month.
Yeah.
Which...
We haven't said the order of the documentaries yet.
I'm saying we do your 3 first and then my one last because...
Okay.
We should end on a happy note. Like this. This was a happy note. This was the toys end on a...
Except the end is next week.
And it was wonderful.
Yeah, the end is next week.
Then. And then Toy Story 4 happened. Find out what happens on Toy Story 4, which you probably already watched, and you probably already know what our review is going to be. So yeah, see us next week.
Yeah, leave the review on iTunes and follow us on Spotify.
No one listens to this.
I guess not.
No one listens to this.
Anyway.
We only create this because we got nothing else better to do.
I like it. I like doing the podcast. Shut up. Goodbye. What?
What?
What?